Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Nurturing Humboldt. I know it's been a few heavy weeks here in Humboldt County and throughout the country with the recent news around SNAP benefits. And with the holidays just around the corner, I know a lot of families are feeling the pressure financially, emotionally, and even just trying to figure out where to turn for support. As things are changing and developing, just know that you are not alone. These moments can be hard, but also remind us how deeply connected we are as a community. As we understand the changes that are happening, I feel like we've really seen organizations and businesses really step up and show up for our community. So in that spirit, I want to take a moment to highlight some upcoming community meals and holiday food distributions happening across the county. So stay tuned till the end of the episode to hear those details. Today's episode feels especially timely because we're talking about a brand new resource designed to help families navigate exactly these types of challenges. It's called Help Me Grow Humboldt, a program that works under the First Five Humboldt umbrella. And it's all about making it easier for parents and caregivers to connect with local programs, ask questions about their child's development, and get real support from someone who's here to listen and help. Joining me today is Ana Guerrero-Gonzalez, the bilingual specialist who answers the calls for Help Me Grow Humboldt. She's the person that families will speak to when they reach out, and she brings so much care and compassion for her work. So let's go ahead and jump into our conversation and learn more about the program and the person behind it. I'm so excited to introduce that brand new resource I mentioned for Humboldt County families, Help Me Grow Humboldt. This is a First Five program that helps parents and caregivers connect with local resources, get answers to developmental questions, and find support for children from birth to age 5. And I'm especially thrilled to introduce the person on the other end of the phone, Ana Guerrero-Gonzalez. So Ana, can you introduce yourself and share a little bit about your background?
Hello, everybody. I'm really excited to be on the podcast this week. My name is Ana Guerrero-Gonzalez. My background is in social work, and I got my degree in 2019 from Humboldt State University. I have a passion for health prevention and equity, which led me to work in public health for the last 5 years. I worked for the oral health program, COVID-19 response, overdose prevention, and disease prevention. I recently transitioned out of public health and joined the First Five team this past February as the Help Me Grow specialist.
Thank you, Ana. You have a lot of experience with different communities in our county, so I think you are so fit for this role. What do you think brought you to want to do this transition over to Help Me Grow?
What drew me to this job is beyond like a personal interest for me. It was like the chance to make something meaningful, which is a support system for caregivers and children. I work in new programs before, so I understand the dedication it takes to create something new from the ground up. It's not always easy, but the potential to make a lasting impact is what keeps me going. Being part of something that grows into a trusted source of support is deeply motivating to me, and it's that kind of work I'm proud to commit to.
Thank you, Ana. Now, I gave a little intro, but in your own words, for people who haven't heard of it yet, what is Help Me Grow?
So, Help Me Grow Humble is a free bilingual helplines for families with children under the age of 5 in Humboldt County. Our services are English and Spanish. The program is offered through First Five Humble. And while we're a new program, it's a nationally recognized model, the Help Me Grow.
Mm.
It's been implemented in over 30 states. This model has been helpful in identifying developmental delays early and connecting families with appropriate resources and services. And I think one of the greatest strengths in the Help Me Grow model is the adaptability. So each community tailors the model to meet the needs of its community. And we're committed to doing that just here in Humboldt County. And families can reach that helpline by calling or texting to either get support or information.
Thank you for that highlight that, you're available through text too, because that makes it so much more accessible for folks. What kind of things can people call about? How does it really help families?
So one of the things that I like about the Help Me Grow helpline that it's about whatever kind of support parents need, and support can look different for every different family. Maybe you wanna more support on meeting basic needs in your family, like maybe like diapers, formulas. Maybe you want to learn about fun things you can do with your child in the community, or you're curious about your child's development and you want to know what you can do to foster, or maybe you have concerns that you want to talk to someone about, or maybe you want support for yourself as well. Sometimes being a parent is hard, and maybe the support starts with you so you can focus on your children.
Yeah. And it's so great that you've had so much experience working in the county and you know the county. So parents and caregivers calling, you know that the person on the other line, whether through call or text, is someone that understands the community challenges and can really connect you locally. And a fun fact about Ana is that she is a social butterfly and knows a lot of people and has a lot of touch points all over. So just wanted to highlight that.
Thank you.
What does it mean when we say connecting families to resources? What kind of resources do you feel like you want to highlight for folks?
Like for me, when I say connecting family to resources, mean like listening with care, understanding their needs and their goals, and guiding them to the right support in the community. It's more than just sharing information. It's about building trust, offering follow-up, and fostering strong relationships between families and community partners to create lasting networks of support. Like I feel like I always talked about this on my supervisions, like, and then even to the community, we have so many great services out in the community, but not everybody knows what is available. So telling people what services are available to them empowers families. It's also great for our community partners because what they are offering is being utilized by the community because people know what is available. And I feel like that's like where the empowerment comes through.
I kind of mentioned it at the beginning in the introduction, but can you highlight the age range of family situations that the program focuses on?
So our program supports families with children from birth through age 5, including expectant parents. The program is designed to assist caregivers in a variety of situations, whether they're navigating early childhood development, facing behavioral or health concerns, seeking parenting support, or assessing basic needs. And I also do want to mention the program is meant for children under 5, but if you have a kid that's over 5 and you just need support, you can call me and we can connect you to where you need to go. And there's no eligibility requirement for this program. Anybody can call in. So super accessible.
That's awesome. If someone sees this or has seen the ads and they're not really sure whether to call or not, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that it's okay not to have all the answers. That's exactly why we're here. You don't need to figure out the right words or even the right questions. Just call, support exists, and you don't have to figure it out alone.
So, Anna, you're the person that families get to talk to when they call. What do you hope they feel when they reach you?
I hope families feel heard, supported, and safe when they reach me. I want them to know that vulnerability is welcome here. There's no judgment, and no question is too small or too big. My job is to meet them where they are and help them build on the strengths they already have as parents. I want that first conversation to feel reassuring, empowering, and that they're getting closer to meeting whatever needs or goals they need.
Beautiful. Now, since this is a new program, you've already got some calls, but what are you the most excited for as more calls and more people start coming and reaching you?
As calls begin coming in, I'm most excited to hear directly from families in our community. I feel like every opportunity is a chance to offer support, but also like an opportunity for me to learn because I can listen, learn, and understand what families in our community are experiencing, what's working for them, what's missing, and the challenges they face every day. These insights I feel will help me identify gaps in services, recognize patterns, and see where systems may not be meeting families' needs.
Yeah.
Most importantly, this knowledge will guide our work here in First Five. I will strive to build a more equitable and responsive system, one shaped by the voices and lived experience of the families we serve.
Thank you for pointing that out. It's such a strength to have this program embedded in First Five Humboldt, because if you know anything about the way that our team works, is that we are constantly trying to meet the community needs and make more community events. So really be responsive to the types of things that we're seeing in our community. So having, direct information from families about what things are needed, like you said, directly impacts how we act. Now, a benefit of having Ana as our bilingual specialist is that bilingual part. You are able to meet a lot more families. How do you make sure they feel comfortable, especially when English isn't their first language?
Yeah, as someone whose first language isn't English as well, I understand how isolating language barriers can be, especially when you can express what you truly need. In those moments, what you want is simple: to feel heard, respected, supported, and understood. Much of my work happens over the phone, which has its pros and cons. To support clear and comfortable conversation, like I said, I offer calls or texts. I also want to recognize that there's other languages in our community besides Spanish. So, I want to offer also interpretation services for people who need them. And, also too, if people want to practice their English, I'm a good person to do it with too. So,
Yeah. Now, I think we all know this, but do you want to speak about, for anybody listening, about the importance of offering bilingual support from the start?
yeah. Offering bilingual support from the start honors the linguistic diversity in our community. It breaks down language barriers. It builds trust by allowing our families to communicate in the language that they're most comfortable. And it also creates a more inclusive, equitable experience that supports positive health outcomes for every family in our community.
Thank you, Ana. Now, I'm curious, I know your background, but what kind of preparation do you feel like you really had to put into developing this program?
I think one thing that I have taken into account to prepare is learn what the families need. Sometimes I get the opportunity to visit the playgroups. I have talked to some of the parents about the program, and I had asked what kind of support do you think will be helpful to offer? And I feel like I had to practice having conversations with parents when they have concerns about their children out in playgroups, which I feel has been helpful into shaping my work for Help Me Grow.
Thank you, Ana. What are your hopes for how Help Me Grow Humboldt will grow over time?
My hope for Help Me Grow is that it becomes the trusted resource hub for our community, the first place people think to call when they're unsure to start, or even a place for providers or community partners to call when they're working for a family and want to provide additional support. I want Help Me Grow to be the reliable source that says, "We got you, let's figure this out together."
And how can families and community partners, this question is very important, how can we help spread the word about this awesome hotline?
Families and community partners can help by sharing their experiences with Help Me Grow, whether it's the conversation. They can also share our information on social media or community events. Real stories build trust and show others how valuable that support we offer can be.
So, Ana, what is one message you'd like to leave with parents or caregivers who are listening right now?
I would say don't be afraid to call or tell somebody that you know that might need our help to also call or text, whatever is more comfortable. What fills my glass is supporting people to whatever stage they need or to whatever services they need. I really like this quote that they're changing the world. It starts with one person, and I think Help Me Grow is that way by connecting people to the support that we need. We're not changing the world, but we're changing that way somebody goes through their world in everyday life, and I think that's very powerful to me.
That is so beautiful, Ana. Thank you so much for joining me and letting us know a little bit more about the Help Me Grow program. I hope that everybody can hear it in your voice, but you are very kind and a considerate individual and create a really non-judgmental zone. So families will definitely be able to pick up on that. Thank you so much for listening to that interview with Ana. She is truly amazing, and I can't wait for her program to grow and for you guys to give her a call or text if you're in need of support. Now, as I mentioned, I wanted to highlight some meal distributions and food distributions that are happening throughout the county. Now, for those of you in Blue Lake, there is a community meal happening Sunday, November 23rd from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Mad River Grange in Blue Lake. This event is made possible by the Mad River Grange and the Blue Lake Community Resource Center. It's a free event, free of charge, and open to the community with no RSVP required. So to find out more, definitely call the Blue Lake Resource Center or check out Molly, the resource lady, on Facebook and Instagram. For some holiday food programs that are coming up, Betty Chin holiday food baskets are available by calling 707-407-3833. If you sign up for the Thanksgiving basket, you automatically register for their Christmas baskets as well. So give them a call. The First Presbyterian Church is also giving holiday baskets in the Arcata area. Now, you do have to apply in person, and if you're listening today on Wednesday the 12th, then you can apply in person Thursday the 13th, Saturday the 15th, Sunday the 16th, and Tuesday the 18th. Times vary, so definitely give them a call at 707-822-1321. Their holiday food basket is for December. Black Humboldt is also putting on a holiday meal distribution, which is a free community event Sunday, November 23rd from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Jefferson Community Center on 100 B Street in Eureka. The event will serve hot meals, distribute a range of resources, household items, and distribute meals and produce. So to find out more, call 707-840-4641. For families in Bridgeville, the Bridgeville Community Center is doing a holiday food pantry happening November 21st from 10 to 4. At 38717 Neeland Road in Bridgeville. Call 707-777-1775 for more information. Now, those are some holiday-specific community meals or food distributions that have popped up, but definitely make sure to check out Food for People both on Facebook and Instagram or on their website at foodforpeople.org to learn more about their programs, whether it's the Eureka Choice Pantry or the countywide pantry network, where you can see pantries all over the county, and you can also check out their mobile produce pantry. Now, I also want to highlight this week, Food for People is holding 2 emergency drive-through food distributions on Thursday, November 13th, in response to the continued delay of SNAP benefits. So the 2 emergency food distributions happening on Thursday are located both in Eureka and in Hoopa. For those interested in the Eureka emergency food drive-through distribution, it will be happening at College of the Redwoods in their main parking lot at 7351 Tompkins Hill Road. Now, again, this is Thursday, November 13th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. During the same date and time, Thursday, November 13th from 11 to 1 p.m., the emergency food distribution will happen at Hoopa Valley Food Distribution at 12479 California 96, Hoopa. Both of these are great resources for those experiencing the impacts of the delayed SNAP benefits. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. And to all of our organizations and local businesses, thank you so much for showing up for our communities. Please be sure to check out our First 5 Humboldt Facebook and Instagram as we regularly post some upcoming events and resources from the community. Till next time.